I'm curious about the instruments. Do they typically come from Japan or China? And I know this isn't a question, but you know, some violins can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some can be more affordable. Are they typically from Japan or China? Or are they extremely expensive? Are they affordable?
Yeah, that's a good question. They're very like craft looking, so you'll find these at like farmers markets, people that make all kinds of flutes, and they make an end blown flute. This bamboo is very thick walled, so almost all this bamboo is Japanese Madake. The bamboo is from Japan. The maker of most of these lived in San Francisco, and the maker of these two lives in British Columbia, and of the little one, he lives in Virginia. So the makers were all North American makers for all the most of the flutes I play today. But the bamboo itself comes from China and Japan. And so then it's the combination of the quality of the bamboo and the status of the maker, and then how that particular flute comes out that determines the price. Players at my level are generally playing flutes that are way more expensive than what I play. But that's partly because I work with these makers, and these are these wide bore, so the diameter is a big difference here, as you probably can tell. So a lot of these would range, I guess some of these would range, you know, let's just say $800 to $2,500. So it's somewhere in like a reasonable woodwind like affordability. But below $800 or $1,000, you couldn't really get something that would help you learn it. So the idea of a student model with these instruments is really tricky. It can cover the basics, but so little things like where are the nodes? What is the diameter? Does it have the roots? This is the root end. Don't we all agree it's beautiful? The root end of the bamboo. So almost all these have that, and that is a lot of work for whoever harvests it. So yeah, they're surprisingly expensive when you come from like the orchestral world. You figure there's no parts. And so that was the other thing I was describing earlier. You know, there is a chunk taken out here, and that leaves this kind of crescent due to sort of the conical effect of the thick wall. But it doesn't really do much. It's forwards, it's backwards. So it's essentially a tube. You know, the nodes are taken out, the roots are shaved off, it's opened up, and then the finger holes. And then a lot of fine tuning in terms of subtraction. The other thing I should mention is all the flutes I'm playing are jinashi, means without G, which is the bore filler, lacquer, and tuning paste. So these are more rustic than what a lot of people are performing on. They're performing on bores that are essentially rebuilt, and the breath is not touching bamboo. Their hands are holding bamboo on the outside, the inside is rebuilt with thick paste or lacquer or some kind of plastic. So that's just my preference, and to feel the grain of the bamboo with the breath. So that covers some good general basics there.